My name is Marcel, and I chose to do my media presentation on the book Amusing Ourselves to Death by Neil Postman. I personally chose a scholarly book for its controversial subjects and its relativeness to the English class 2303. The book was written on 1980s, and this is when television is becoming a commodity on people's home, and he, as a title, suggests it's taking over and destroying all our culture. The first chapters, the writer comes across a bit dogmatic, explaining how we gave ourselves over to the media, and where public discourse and conversations have become very trivial and losing purpose and true meaning. The book goes on explaining on education and how children are losing focus in school just because they expect everything to be such as entertaining as Sesame Street, and the word entertainment itself meaning to enter one's mind and take possession, in a sense of losing one's consciousness. He goes on explaining even about the news and how the news gets break down in between these gravid moments or news that can affect us. They put commercials or they break it down into the weather news just so it could bypass one's consciousness. Therefore, it could be more bearable to watch. So it's all marketing, even politics, where voters now have the option to vote on visual standards instead of what the person stands for. So he calls it tricks, he calls it different things, and how he says he's not against the junk on television. It's just that it is now defining our culture. He even says on page 92, saying that television is our culture's principal mode of knowing about itself. And I understand this as the reflection of society, quote unquote, personality, the society's personality. And even if I find myself concurring with a lot of things that he says, I believe we are but the sum of our actions. And if we lack self-control, principles, and moral values, then that will determine what we watch and how much we watch of it. So, for example, even if this information itself, this book, would be televised, would he contradict himself by saying that because it's televised, therefore it loses its meaning or its scientific background, becoming less important? So it has its pros and cons, and I think now it's one way of a form of expression, being able to share an information worldwide. And I just think it all depends how it's used. I mean, anything excess can be harmful. Healthy food, water, exercise, it's all about moderation and what we do to make a difference. And that's my presentation. Thank you.